Hey everyone! Did you know your heart might be aging faster than you are? It's a scary thought, right? But what if I told you that the secret to winding back the clock on your heart's health isn't some pricey, impossible to find superfood? What if it's sitting right there on the shelves of your local Walmart? Seriously? The latest stats are pretty sobering. By 2050, total cardiovascular disease in US adults is projected to jump, possibly affecting up to 15% of the population. Conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity are also on the rise, and that's a real worry, especially if you're over 50. But here's the good news: your next grocery trip could actually be your first step toward a younger, healthier heart. Picture this: you're at your doctor's office for your yearly checkup. You're over 50, maybe 55, or perhaps you've just celebrated the big 60. Your doctor takes a look at your latest heart scans, glances at you, then back at the scans, looking a bit puzzled. Then, a slow smile spreads across their face. "Wow," they say, "what have you been doing? Your heart looks decades younger. Your arteries are more flexible, your blood pressure is down, your cholesterol is looking fantastic. This is amazing." And imagine their surprise when you tell them it's not some new miracle pill or a crazy new workout routine, but just a few simple, everyday foods you started eating, foods you picked up on your regular Walmart run. This isn't a dream. This is the real power of food. Today, we're going to uncover 7 shocking, yet super common, US foods that can help turn back the clock on heart aging, especially for those of us enjoying our prime years after 50. You know, as we get older, our heart and blood vessels naturally change. Arteries can get a bit stiffer, blood pressure might start to creep up, and our heart muscle might not be the powerhouse it once was. Often, these changes happen quietly, building up over time and increasing our risk of heart disease, which, by the way, is still a leading cause of death for adults in the US. A lot of us think this is just part of getting old, something that inevitably leads to a bathroom cabinet overflowing with prescriptions. There's this nagging fear that keeping your heart healthy over 50 means complicated diets, super expensive supplements, or living a life full of restrictions. And let's be honest, the amount of health advice out there can be totally overwhelming, leaving you feeling confused and wondering what actually works. We see the numbers, we hear the warnings, and yeah, we worry. But what if the solution is way simpler and easier to get your hands on than we've been led to believe? What if it's not about what you can't eat, but about all the delicious things you can? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. Let's cut through all that noise and forget the complicated, pricey, and confusing stuff. In this video, we're zeroing in on 7 powerhouse foods. And no, these aren't exotic items you'll have to hunt down in some fancy specialty store. These are staples you probably walk right past every time you're at Walmart or your local grocery store. We'll get into why these foods are so darn good for your heart and for keeping your cardiovascular system feeling young, especially when you're over 50. We'll look at the science, don't worry, I'll keep it simple, and show you just how easy it is to get these heart-loving heroes into your meals. Get ready to be surprised, and more importantly, to feel empowered. Your journey to a younger feeling heart doesn't start with a prescription, but with your shopping list. Before we jump in, do me a quick favor, drop your city or state in the comments below. I love seeing how far our community stretches. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you don't miss out on more great tips to help you thrive after 50. 1. The power of berries. First up, let's talk about berries. You know, those gorgeous, vibrant jewels of the fruit world, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. Take your pick. These guys are more than just a pretty face in your morning oatmeal, they are serious antioxidant powerhouses. If you're over 50, adding a regular handful of berries to your diet can be a real game changer for your heart. They're loaded with good stuff like vitamin C, soluble fiber, and, most importantly, flavonoids, especially anthocyanins. Those are the compounds that give them their beautiful red, purple, and blue colors. These anthocyanins are famous for fighting inflammation in your body, which is a big deal when it comes to heart disease. Study after study shows that eating berries regularly is fantastic for your cardiovascular health. For example, research suggests that eating about a cup of mixed berries daily can help keep cardiovascular disease at bay. They work by protecting your blood vessels, keeping them nice and flexible. That's so important as we age, because stiff arteries can lead to high blood pressure and other heart problems. Plus, a higher intake of anthocyanins has been linked to a lower risk of coronary artery disease, including heart attacks, and might even help with hypertension. Some studies even show that daily blueberry consumption can improve how well the cells lining your blood vessels work, which is key for managing blood pressure and clotting. And the best part? Berries are everywhere. You can find them fresh in the produce aisle of any Walmart or grocery store. And don't forget the frozen section. Wild blueberries, often found frozen, have exceptionally high antioxidant levels and are perfect for smoothies, oatmeal, or even baking. They keep their nutritional punch when frozen, making them a super convenient and budget-friendly choice all year round. A study highlighted in 2024-2025 even mentioned that consistent intake of flavonoid-rich foods, like berries, is linked to healthier aging, potentially reducing frailty and boosting mental health. So, tossing a colorful handful of berries into your daily routine is a simple, delicious way to work towards a younger, healthier heart. 2. Fabulous fatty fish. Next up, let's talk fatty fish. I'm talking about salmon, mackerel, sardines, and even bluefin tuna. These aren't just any fish, they're swimming with an amazing nutrient called omega-3 fatty acid. Specifically, we're looking at EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. These are long-chain omega-3s found mainly in fish. Our bodies aren't great at making these on their own, so we've got to get them from our food, and fatty fish are one of the best natural sources out there. So, why are omega-3s a big deal for heart health, especially after 50? Well, they do a lot. First off, they're known for helping to lower triglycerides, which are a type of fat in your blood that can increase your heart disease risk if levels get too high. Secondly, omega-3s can help bring down blood pressure, a major concern for many of us as we get older. Thirdly, they play a big role in cutting down the risk of heart rhythm problems, also known as arrhythmias, which can sometimes lead to serious issues. The American Heart Association is a big fan of including fish in a heart-healthy diet, suggesting at least 2 servings a week, especially fatty fish. Recent research keeps backing this up. An analysis published in the Mayo Clinic proceedings in April 2024 found that people with the highest blood levels of DHA had a 21% lower risk of dying from heart disease over about 14 years. Other studies have shown that for each extra gram of EPA and DHA you get per day, your risk of cardiovascular disease events could drop by about 5.8%, and your heart attack risk by 9.0%. Some research even hints that omega-3s can slow down atherosclerosis, which is that nasty plaque buildup in your arteries. And you don't need to charter a fishing boat to find these heart heroes. Salmon, fresh, frozen, or canned, is super easy to find in US supermarkets like Walmart. Canned sardines, which are often overlooked, are not only cheap but also packed with omega-3s and calcium. Mackerel is another fantastic, budget-friendly option. When you're choosing, try to go for wild caught if you can, as it often has a better fatty acid profile. Even if you're not the biggest fish fan, finding ways to sneak even small amounts into your diet can make a real difference to your heart's vitality. 3. Glorious leafy greens. Alright, let's turn our attention to the green giants of the veggie world, leafy greens. We're talking spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, and even good old lettuce. These veggies are nutritional champs, absolutely packed with vitamins, minerals, and beneficial plant compounds that are especially key for keeping your heart in top shape as you age. They're low in calories but super dense in nutrients, making them a must-have for any heart-protective diet. One of the coolest things about leafy greens is their high content of dietary nitrates. Now, don't mix these up with the nitrates sometimes used in processed meats. These are the good kind. The nitrates found naturally in veggies like spinach and kale get converted in your body to nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a pretty amazing molecule that's crucial for your vascular health. It helps relax and widen your blood vessels, which can then lower your blood pressure and improve how well your arteries work overall. This is incredibly important because keeping your arteries flexible and your blood pressure healthy are major keys to preventing heart strain and reducing your risk of stroke and heart attacks. Studies have shown that eating more leafy green vegetables is linked to a lower risk of heart disease. But that's not all. Leafy greens are loaded with other heart-friendly nutrients. They're excellent sources of vitamin K, which is vital for proper blood clotting and helps protect your arteries. They also give you plenty of potassium and magnesium. Potassium helps balance out the not-so-great effects of sodium on blood pressure, while magnesium is essential for a healthy heartbeat, and has been linked to lower inflammation. And let's not forget the fiber in leafy greens, which helps keep cholesterol levels healthy and aids digestion. Finding leafy greens is a piece of cake. Every grocery store, Walmart included, has a great selection, often pre-washed and ready to go. Spinach and kale are especially versatile. Toss them in salads, blend them into smoothies, you'll barely taste the spinach, I promise. Sauté them as a side, or add them to soups and stews. Try to get a variety of leafy greens in your diet to get the widest range of nutrients. Even just adding one extra serving of leafy greens to your day can make a positive difference for your heart's longevity. Research from the American Heart Association points out that a higher intake of leafy greens is associated with more significant cardiovascular health benefits. 4. Noteworthy nuts are a fourth shocking everyday food for heart health. Nuts. Yep, those crunchy, satisfying snacks like walnuts, almonds, and pecans can do amazing things for your cardiovascular system, especially after 50. For a while there, nuts got a bit of a bad rap because of their fat content, but now we know that the fats they contain are mostly the heart-healthy kind. Just a small handful of nuts each day, about an ounce, which is roughly 20 to 24 almonds or 10 to 12 walnut halves, can make a real difference in lowering LDL, often called bad cholesterol. High LDL cholesterol is a major risk factor for atherosclerosis, that plaque buildup that can clog arteries and lead to heart attacks and strokes. Nuts also help reduce inflammation, another key player in heart disease. A recent study, though the script says 2025, which is in the future, the general idea is supported, found that longer-term consumption of mixed nuts may lower cardiovascular disease risk in older adults who are overweight or have obesity by improving their blood lipid profiles. Walnuts, especially, are like superstars in the nut world because they're rich in alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Studies have shown that eating walnuts daily can modestly lower LDL cholesterol levels and even improve the quality of LDL particles, making them less likely to cause plaque. A study involving older adults found that those who added about half a cup of walnuts to their daily diet for 2 years saw reductions in LDL cholesterol. Almonds are another great pick, giving you a good dose of vitamin E, which is a powerful antioxidant that helps protect your arteries from damage. They're also full of fiber and magnesium, both great for heart health. Pecans, too, bring their own mix of antioxidants and healthy fats to the party. The main thing with nuts is to watch your portions, as they are calorie dense. A small, regular amount is what gives you the benefits without adding unwanted weight. You can find all sorts of nuts in any US supermarket, including Walmart, often in bulk bins or pre-packaged bags. Go for unsalted or lightly salted kinds to keep your sodium intake down. Add them to your breakfast cereal or yogurt, toss them into salads, use them as a crunchy topping for veggies, or just enjoy a small handful as a satisfying afternoon snack. They're easy to carry, need no prep, and pack a powerful punch of heart protective nutrients. 5. Wonderful whole grains. Moving on to number 5, we have whole grains. Think oats, quinoa, brown rice, barley, and whole wheat bread or pasta. In a world where carbs often get a bad rap, it's so important to know the difference between refined grains and whole grains. Whole grains, which have all 3 parts of the grain kernel, the bran, germ, and endosperm, are nutritional powerhouses, bursting with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. The real star in whole grains, especially for your heart, is fiber, particularly soluble fiber. This type of fiber works like a sponge in your digestive system, grabbing onto cholesterol and stopping it from being absorbed into your bloodstream. This directly helps to lower that bad LDL cholesterol. Plus, fiber helps keep your blood sugar levels steady, which is important because high blood sugar can damage blood vessels over time and increase your risk of heart disease. The American Heart Association actually recommends making at least half of the grains you eat whole grains. Study after study has linked diets rich in whole grains to a lower risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. Oats are especially famous in the heart health world because of a specific type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. Eating oats regularly has been shown to be really effective at lowering cholesterol. Quinoa, which is also a complete protein, is another fantastic gluten-free choice that's rich in fiber and minerals. Brown rice, a simple swap for white rice, gives you way more fiber and nutrients. Barley is another fiber-rich grain you can add to soups or have as a side dish. And when you're picking out bread and pasta, look for labels that say 100% whole wheat or 100% whole grain. These versatile grains are easy to find in all major US supermarkets. Oatmeal makes a quick and heart-healthy breakfast. Cooked quinoa or brown rice can be the base for salads, stir-fries, or side dishes. And whole grain bread is perfect for sandwiches and toast. Eating a variety of whole grains means you're getting a wide range of nutrients. Remember, it's all about making simple swaps, like choosing brown rice instead of white, or whole wheat toast instead of white bread. These little changes really add up, giving your heart substantial benefits, especially after 50. 6. Amazing avocado. A 6th food that can shockingly help your heart stay young is the creamy, delicious avocado. Avocados used to get a bit of side eye for being fatty, but now we know they're packed with heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, the same kind you find in olive oil. These fats are super important for keeping your cholesterol levels in a good place and for overall cardiovascular health. Avocados are nutritional dynamos, seriously. They're not just full of good fats, they also have potassium, antioxidants, and fiber. That high potassium content is especially great for managing blood pressure, as potassium helps reduce the effects of sodium. Get this, a single avocado can have more potassium than a banana. The monounsaturated fats in avocados, mainly something called oleic acid, have been shown to help lower LDL, bad, cholesterol while potentially even raising HDL, good, cholesterol. That's a big win for heart health. Some research even suggests that eating avocados regularly can improve how well your blood vessels function and reduce levels of those particularly nasty small, dense LDL cholesterol particles. A 2022 study actually linked eating at least 2 servings of avocado a week to a lower risk of cardiovascular disease. Another study from 2024 pointed out that just half an avocado gives you essential magnesium, potassium, and folate, all linked to better heart health. Beyond cholesterol and blood pressure, avocados also give you a good hit of dietary fiber, which helps with cholesterol management and keeps your digestion happy. They're also rich in various antioxidants, including lutein and zeaxanthin, which are known for eye health but also help with overall antioxidant defense in your body. Plus, the anti-inflammatory compounds in avocados add even more to their heart protective powers. Finding avocados is a breeze. They're a staple in the produce section of Walmart and other grocery stores all over the US. Look for avocados that give a little when you gently press them if you want to eat them soon, or grab firmer ones and let them ripen at home. Add slices to your salads or sandwiches, mash them up for guacamole, blend them into smoothies for extra creaminess, trust me, or simply enjoy half an avocado with a sprinkle of salt and pepper. They're so versatile and tasty, making them an enjoyable and powerful addition to a diet that keeps your heart feeling young. 7. Lively legumes. Last, but definitely not least on our list of heart-rejuvenating foods, are legumes. This big category includes beans, like black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, lentils, red, green, brown, and chickpeas. These humble, super affordable pantry staples are nutritional powerhouses, offering a fantastic mix of plant-based protein, fiber, and essential micronutrients. One of the main ways legumes boost heart health is through their incredibly high fiber content, especially soluble fiber. As we've talked about with whole grains, soluble fiber is a champ at lowering LDL cholesterol. It forms a gel-like substance in your digestive tract that binds with cholesterol-rich bile and carries it out of your body. This makes your liver pull more cholesterol from your blood to make new bile, which helps lower your circulating LDL levels. A meta-analysis of 26 randomized controlled trials showed that diets with about 1 serving of pulses, another name for legumes, per day significantly reduced LDL cholesterol. Recent findings presented at Nutrition 2025, though the meeting is upcoming, other studies support the claim, suggested that daily consumption of chickpeas was linked to reduced blood cholesterol levels. Legumes are also really good at helping to keep blood sugar levels stable. Their complex carbs and high fiber mean glucose is released more slowly into your bloodstream, preventing those sharp spikes and crashes that can be bad for your overall health and can damage blood vessels over time. This is especially important for those of us over 50, as the risk of developing type 2 diabetes goes up with age, and diabetes is a huge risk factor for heart disease. On top of that, legumes are a great source of plant-based protein, which can be a heart-healthy switch from red and processed meats. They're naturally low in fat and have zero cholesterol. They also provide important minerals like potassium and magnesium, which, as we've seen, help with blood pressure and overall heart function. Some studies even show that eating legumes 4 or more times a week is linked to a significantly lower risk of coronary heart disease. Legumes are super accessible and so affordable. Canned beans and lentils are easy to find at Walmart and all US supermarkets, just give them a good rinse to get rid of extra sodium. Dried legumes are even cheaper, though they do need a bit of soaking and longer cooking. Toss them into soups, stews, chilies, and salads, or make your own hummus with chickpeas. You can also use them to make plant-based burgers or add them to rice dishes to boost the nutrition. Just swapping out a meat-based meal for a legume-based one a few times a week can make a big difference on your heart health journey. So there you have it, 7 everyday, incredibly powerful foods that you can easily find on the shelves of your local Walmart or any major US grocery store. We're not talking about weird, expensive ingredients here. We're talking about berries, fatty fish, leafy greens, nuts, whole grains, avocados, and legumes. These are foods you can easily slip into your current lifestyle and your everyday meals. Think about that doctor's visit again. The surprise, the smile, that what have you been doing? It's not some wild dream. By consciously choosing to bring more of these foods into your diet, you're taking active, powerful steps to rejuvenate your heart. You're giving your body the exact building blocks it needs to repair, to get stronger, and to work at its best, especially as you enjoy these fantastic years beyond 50. It's all about making smart choices, one meal, one grocery trip at a time. The power to make your heart feel decades younger is, quite literally, at your fingertips and in your shopping cart. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 foods are already a regular part of your diet? And which ones are you excited to try or eat more of after watching this? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this info helpful and inspiring, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more people who could use this knowledge. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell. We've got so much more content coming your way, packed with practical, science-backed advice to help you live your healthiest, most vibrant life, especially after 50. Your heart will definitely thank you. Your heart is your most vital organ, your lifelong buddy, working tirelessly for you every single second of every day. Taking good care of it isn't about extreme diets or crazy measures, it's about making consistent, smart choices. As Joseph Gonzalez, a registered dietitian at the Mayo Clinic, apparently once said, though I couldn't find this exact quote, the sentiment is spot on: foods work together like a symphony, you need a whole symphony for a spectacular musical piece. These 7 foods are like key instruments in that heart-healthy orchestra. Remember, the journey to a younger feeling heart, to that doctor's amazed smile, starts with your very next meal. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge and taking small, doable steps. You don't need a massive life overhaul. Just a few smart additions, a few conscious swaps, and you can make a huge difference in your cardiovascular health. Thanks so much for joining me today. Eat well, stay active, and keep that amazing heart of yours young and strong. We'll see you in the next video.